Yo, set need to reload. Yo, what's up? Ah, you were here yesterday, yeah. These times I'm a bit cooked, but raid just finished, or not really just. But... Yo, what's up? What's up? Uh, I wanted to check this add-on. I have some really big FPS problems. Okay, swing timer takes a lot away. Oof. Hmm. Yeah, this is really useful in raid also. I don't know. Maybe I need to change my graphics settings. They're probably too high anyway. Okay. I don't need this. Let's do this. Let's do this. So maybe it's because of this, I guess. I'm not even sure. I remember I had some really bad stutters when not using DirectX 11. Maybe they fixed it though. Shit. Let's try this, I guess. See how it works. Oh. One thing I just remembered was just way more demanding, I think. But yeah, I think it will probably crash, maybe. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Did you do any raids today? Or probably was you probably did it on another day, right? I have to restart. Oh, okay. No. Okay, wow, this is insanely smooth. What the fuck? What? What did I do? What? Yo, look how smooth this is. Like before I had 40 FPS, now I have 120 here. Actually, no, I had less, I had 20 FPS. Okay, this is insane. I don't know, like, what I did, but this is crazy. I didn't even do much. Yeah, weird. That's crazy. Okay, one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to put stuff in my bank, and then I wanted to farm some shadow primates. Yeah, that's basically the plan. Or maybe an hour or so. We'll see. Yeah, but look at this, guys, you know? I got 2 Never Vortexes. Isn't that nice? I need, I think, 4 more, which, yeah, are basically kind of guaranteed in the next raid. And I think I will get the next ones as well. So that's pretty good. Okay, this is not something I need right now. Steppers I don't need, this I don't need. Actually, I could maybe use this. Water walking. Tier 3. This I don't need. These are consumables. I think this is fine. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some farming. Meanwhile, I can just talk about some stuff, I guess. But yeah, I got some nice stuff, I would say, in this raid. Funnily enough, I need like 1 more token and not 1 dropped, you know? Like the head didn't drop and also the shoulders didn't drop. Like we got, I think, 3. Wait, which one did we get? Like we got some shoulder token. I forgot which one it was. Okay, it was not this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was this one 3 times. Which is insane, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. Yo, what's up? Quicks. Wait, what's the best place to farm shadow primals in? I think it was Honor Hold. Right? Below? I'm not really sure. But yeah, I got 2 Never Vortexes. And I also got these boots. War boots of iteration. So that's pretty nice, I think. Because now, you know, I had kinda some really shitty gems into here. So I don't have to buy new gems. All I have to do is just, I think I will get 12 agility on these. I don't know, I think like the other enchant you can use, Cat Swiftness, is also pretty nice. But I think on a warrior, I'm not sure. You're already so mobile, you know. You have you have actually 3 charges. I don't even know if it's that necessary. And it's not like we do. It's not like we do, you know, Dire Maul all the time, where we had to get like walled buffs, where that was pretty useful. And whenever I need the movement speed, I can just swap, I guess, like to these boots here, minor movement speed. But yeah, I think I will just put 12 agility. Mostly also because it's just cheaper and also more damage. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I changed the chat as well a bit. So that should look way nicer now. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Did any of you do a raid today? Or okay, yesterday probably not, I guess. Yo, hello. Okay, let's farm some shadow primates, I guess. Oh, what did you get? I was curious, you know, what people get. I think it was here. Ah, no problem. Man, my Heroic Strike video got so much flame, it's crazy. I think because, so my Heroic Strike video, this was not the first take I did, but I had to do it like quickly, because, you know, I wanted to stream afterwards. So it's a bit scuffed, I would say. It's kind of hard to explain that in, you know, in-game. And I didn't want to make like a whole graphic for that. But yeah, it was pretty insane. Let's see, Bridge Invest, what was obliteration in the last? Oh, damn. Yo, can you check my logs? Yeah, I can in a second. Oh, I'm in the wrong space. I did TK and grew with guild and rolled 2. Oh man, I would hate myself so hard if I would lose to 21 roll. Holy. Yeah, the problem with Heroic Strike, like, it is like a really complicated thing, actually. Not complicated, but it's like a really complex thing. Nah, I could talk like easily an hour or so about Heroic Strike, to be honest. But yeah, that video, was kind of rushed. I wouldn't have thought that many people would actually watch it. So it got like a lot of flame from people who don't really know my channel. So that was kind of funny. I'm reading through it. Yo, this video got to be explained in 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And I'm thinking, okay. that was kind of funny. But yeah, I will check your logs in a second. Let's see. I also got like a couple of better logs. But yeah. I don't know. I think I really need like DST and badge. It's kinda at that point. Yeah, my sleep is ruined, but I'm next in line at least. I mean, that's good, I would say. Obviously, yeah, obviously. Did you see the one button prot warrior rotation TBC? No, I have. I know that there's. I don't know if it's that one, but I know that you can play prot warrior with just devastate spam. For example, dual wielding, and you just spam devastate. That was like as a thing in the pre-patch people did. But I don't know if that also if there's like another rotation that you maybe mean. Oh, these guys explode. Ugh, this is so annoying. Okay. Wait. Let me. Let's first of all check this guy. M Lord. Oh damn. 99. Hey, yo, you need to you need to teach me how you did how you do 99 on Lurker, bro. What is it, Mustafa, I think? Yeah. That's crazy. This guy is like has like really good logs. My lurker pass is so shit. I think I know what to do in lurker next time. Like I think if he does the spout, I will just go into the water immediately and just keep DPSing. Probably. That's I think what I'm going to do because my lurker pass so ass every single time. Okay, I didn't get teleporter boss. But yeah, this guy has just a 99 on lurker, which is crazy. How fast do you kill lurker? 253. Wait, I will show you that one. I will just show you that like on stream. I think it's easier and more interesting maybe. Go on water thing. Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to do, but I didn't do it because I'm stupid. I should have just done that, to be honest. I'm so stupid. I was thinking about it. Man, if you go into the water, you get like 0 damage. But yeah, look at this guy. That's insane. I was looking some stuff. Also get my thingy. But yeah, 1.7k, this is crazy. I want to wait. Give me a second. Oh, I don't have this. Why can't I do this here? Okay, can I do this? Yes. I want to check. This one was 245. Yeah, you had like your fight was even longer, and you had way more DPS than me. Crazy. I think you are like wait. This is not the Fury one. Okay, it was 3 minutes. No, wait. This was 245. Even faster. Yikes. Yeah, I should just. I think I will do this as well next time. And I will get teleporter debuffs. I think you probably had them. I think. Let's see. Debuffs. No, I guess not. One thing I've seen also, or I saw today on Lurker, you can stand in a in a spot where you don't even need these buffs, like teleporter buffs, and still not getting hit by the whirlwind. That's kind of wonky. I think I have I think I have higher parse than you on Leo Ferris though. But yeah, our fight was like really short. Yeah, I have 96. Yeah. So at least that is better. You know, the rest is like ass. So um, yeah, the rest is also really good. Vash is also something I don't get. Like I don't know how you do more DPS on Vash. I've got I think did I die here? No, this is also not the recent one. Yeah, this is so ass. Like green pass, you know, it's ass. I don't know. I don't know how to do more DPS on Vash, to be honest. Maybe I think I didn't use Rec. Yeah, but that's probably it. I guess you have to use like you have to I guess save everything for the last phase and then blast her. Like with everything up with Rec and such, then can maybe do like 1k or so easily. I don't know, Vash is like really, really annoying. Kill fast. But yeah, your powers are really good, 100%. Like especially now having 99 is really nice. I want to get like at least 199 this phase. Wait, I want to check your gear. Let's see your gear. So I can cope a bit, you know? I can say, oh man, it's because of the gear. Wait, let's see. You're running a lot of PvP stuff. Okay, red belt, DST. You have good gear. I'm killing elementals on Vash. What's up for two? Yeah, I did kind of the same thing, but I think yeah, that's probably the problem because I wasn't assigned, you know, to a site, so I just ran around and basically did nothing for phase 2. That's probably it. I think I have to do way more damage to elementals. Wait, I will check your damage and then I can see where it actually also comes from. Because I think that's probably the thing. That's how I griefed myself. Yeah, Vash. Yeah. The only thing I really did is I just did damage to the Nagas and such. Also, you know, I did damage to elementals, but I don't think I did enough. Let me see. Yeah, elemental 25%. Yeah, this is so ass. It's a 43. This is green pass as well. Crazy. Uh, yeah, that's yeah. The elemental is a problem. I have 240k on Vash, and you have 260k, so like 20k more, which is not yeah okay. It's more DPS, but not a lot. But yeah, 111k versus 28k. So yeah, that's I think my problem. I should do way more damage on these elementals, on stalkers. You're right. I but isn't it if you stand in front of the stalkers, don't you get one shot? Or am I stupid? Maybe I'm thinking about pre-nerf. To be honest, like the Lady Vash fight, I'm like I don't know. I really just don't want to, you know, grief the fight. But yeah, I think I'm way too AFK. If you have aggro, yeah, okay. Okay, that's probably the thing. Yeah, I need to fix. Just because I was wondering, I did actually decent damage on Vash, you know, but it was a complete ass parse. And yeah, I think that is kind of the issue. But yeah, these parses are nice. But I think I got a couple. We can maybe trade, you know. But yeah, I wish I would have DST. But yeah, you see, like I have a couple of orange parses now. I got a couple of new ones, like Leo Ferris. This was a really nice fight. Like we killed him really fast. Yeah. Here I died. So this parse would have been in easily would have been in 90 plus, like 95 plus or so. Because actually I can show you that one. This was like really, really unfortunate. So we do the fight. Wait, where's the replay? So we do the fight. You know, kill fast up. I'm here. This is not this air phase, I think. Yeah, we kill the egg. He spawns. No. I don't know if you can see the damage here, but probably I think I have to go to like meters or something. Wait, can I? I want to go back. Yeah, like this. You know, he spawns. I pop everything. I had everything up. You know, recklessness, everything. Look how much damage I did. 1.6k. I could have increased that to 1.8 probably. But I got like I got so much damage from these fucking orbs, and then I died here. I think around here. So yeah, lots of people stacked on me, and yeah, I think this would have been a really, really nice parse otherwise. Because the other warrior didn't die, and I think he had like a 95. Ah, this was so annoying. But other than that, you know, I got a couple of better parses, so it's fine, I guess. So I've really, you know, I have to really get DST. Also, we did 2 gruel runs afterwards. Not a single DST dropped. Which is crazy. Maybe I'm cursed, you know, maybe I should not join these runs. Because that's probably the issue. I don't know. Yeah, just let someone range tank it. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. I never really attack these guys. Like last time I did the fight, you know, I got instantly clapped by an Strider spawning on top of me. No, we are not one phasing. Solarian, I think. Solarian was close, so actually this time. No, we are not one phasing yet. I don't know, Lurker's like kind of strange. I think people just don't have the gear right now for that. I think you really need, you know, you have to probably have like your mages need to have tier 2, stuff like that. If you have like warriors, they need to, you know, have like everything up, recklessness, stuff like that. Which is kind of hard because before that you use recklessness on Hydros probably. So yeah, kind of depends. Maybe there's like another strategy instead. Like instead maybe you save it for Lurker and then you use Rec there. Yeah, I don't think we are really doing that. So we should probably. I don't know, but for example, Leo Ferris was like really fast, so that was pretty nice. Yeah, I think Hydros one phase. So. Yeah, Hydros fight like this one was like this time was like really weird because we had a Red Paladin and he pumped really hard, basically, and he had threat, you know, permanently, basically. He was tanking actually. Yeah, he was tanking it, and we had to actually reset him. Not completely reset him, but you know, like change his thingy way earlier than we usually do. Because, you know, our Red Paladin was tanking him. So that was something. Which was kind of, yeah, that was interesting, I would say. Do I have bandages on me? I do. Nice. Yeah, we definitely need more gear. I think overall, there are so many bosses that you can just burn on really quickly. But I think, but I think this rate was pretty nice with damage overall. Most bosses. Man, I'm still kind of pissed that I died on Kefas. There would have been so much damage. I had everything up, everything. And you know, the weapon is so broken on that fight as well, you know. I think I'm probably not going to use the dagger on Kel'Thas as well. I will just probably just let other people do it, I guess. I don't know. Just have to be a bit more. Yeah, it depends. If you don't have anyone, I will use it. But... And also probably let someone else fish for lurker. Yeah, we don't have a rogue in the group. That's probably why as well. I think that's something where you could maybe pull a bit more DPS. Like we have 2 groups going, and we only have like 1 rogue in the whole guild basically, like 1 main rogue, and he's in group 1. So actually The group I'm raiding with is actually the second group. Oh, nice, I got one. Not bad. 13 more, I guess. Ah, it's exploding, yeah. Right. It's crazy, there's like no one here. Usually this spot is so camped. Yeah, but we had insta dispelled with MC. Like it was like one guy got MC, it was instantly freed. The thing is, if you can burn down Calfast really fast, I think mostly you are just going to get like 1 or 2 mind controls and that's it. And then you are going to go in the next phase. I think next time we are probably also going to change when we bloodlust. Because what we used to do, or what we did also this time, is we bloodlusted in his last phase, you know, when he goes into the air and such. But I think it's probably maybe more worth to do it before. Like during when he casts his mind control stuff. Because the last phase doesn't really last long, to be honest. Unless you die, obviously, then it's something different. But yeah, one thing is that it's just annoying that he, you know, transitions. So it would be like really amazing if he would just immediately start that third phase. But yeah, he doesn't. So I have to wait. It's annoying. But yeah, no improved exposed armor could be like another thing. But yeah, I don't know how the next week's going to look like. One thing that is however really annoying is that I didn't get like the last token, you know? I need one more token, then I have 4. And there's not one shoulder token drop and not one helmet token. Which is like really unfortunate. But we got Tsunami, I think, dropped. Yeah, Tsunami dropped. What else did drop? The Staff from Calfast dropped. The Mace dropped as well. Neverbane dropped. We got like... Actually, we got kind of really insane loot, to be honest. Oh yeah, Belt of 100 Deaths also dropped. That was insane. We got so many insane pieces. But then no DST. So, that's unfortunate. That is in weak aura. I can link that in the description, in the chat. It is something. I clicked the wrong one. It's loot. I have too many weak auras. It's insane. This one. It posts in both chats. Interesting. Yeah. No, it's easier for me then. Yeah, no problem. I get this question kind of all the time, to be honest. But it's a really cool kind of weak aura. You can even combine it with TSM and such, then you can even see the gold prices. But somehow it doesn't really work for me. But yeah, the loot has been insane today. Like, it was really good. Besides, you know, tokens and such. Would have been nice to see. But yeah, for example, also warrior boots dropped. Like war boots of obliteration. Which I got. Which is nice. I don't have them on. I have them on. Yeah, these boots are really nice. I think I will use... Yeah, I don't have them enchanted yet. Which I need to do. So that's good. I also have like a lot of hit gear now, actually. Like my hit is I'm pretty good with hit because I use, you know, Destroyer Griefs. I think this item is really underrated. I think it should be kinda higher in consideration because it's way easier to run than running a Murderous Intent and running like Tear Shoulders, for example, stuff like that. Like the extra hit is so useful, and not a lot of people won't get even the legs. Why can't I attack this guy? Fuck. Couldn't interrupt. But yeah, I need either the shoulders or the helmet. I kind of want to get the shoulders though, because I have like NG goggles. Like my setup would be to use tier 5 shoulders, legs, hands, which I got as well, and then chest. And that's the 4 set. And then for head I would just use NG goggles until I can get the helmet, and then I would also try to get like another better, like either legs or shoulders. But that would be kind of the thing. We also cleared like a lot more trash today, so we got like way more trash drops. No red belt of battle though, which sucks. If that would have dropped, I could have crafted it for myself maybe. But yeah, I think it's not good to do that. Hmm. Oh, thanks for the follow. I have these TS Fury Warrior, but can't get one. Yeah, there can be a lot of things that can kind of be wrong. To be honest, it's kind of hard to say. You know, just there's no like specific reason. There are probably like let's say multiple kind of specific reasons in this case. Like depends on kill times. Do you use consumables? Do you use like buffs and such? You know, are you hit capped? Stuff like that. But yeah, maybe you can actually wait. Maybe you can just say your names so I can look at it on stream if you want. So we could do that, I guess. It's also possible. Oof. Like the thing is from logs, it's like way easier to see, but just from that alone, it's like kind of hard, I would say. Yeah, give me a second. I will just kill the smoke and then I can switch over. Okay, let's see. Oh, I still have the window open. Nice. Okay. I think one boss that is really good to check would be Morgrim or Void Reaver. I think these are like really good bosses to check. One thing I see is just you have really long kill times. I think just from what I see from the set. Oh, let me compare it. Yeah, Void Reaver is, for example, you know, Void Reaver is double. For example, we take it's like 4 minutes, and we kill it in 2 minutes. Alar is, you know, 4 minutes for us. It's 7 minutes, so it's a really big. That's already one thing that is pretty. That you can't really do anything about that, but yeah, definitely there should be maybe something that can try to do better. Let's see, like Void Reaver is like a really simple thing you can immediately check. I think you are running. Okay, what are you running? You use Decapitator Talon. Okay, are you? I guess you're Orc. I'm pretty sure. Um. So right from the get-go, what I would recommend is, to be honest, I think I would ditch Decapitator, put Talon in your main hand, and then try to get like an the offhand arena weapon. I think that one would be better, to be honest. Like that's just from the get go. Just from the gear. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you die, it's something else. But yeah, that's something where I think you could improve your gear on. What else do you have? Okay, you have tier 4, girdle, skycast, scaling boots. These are pretty nice. Oh, where are these from? Are these from Karazhan? I think so, right? Yeah, I think you should. I don't know which hands are good. Maybe try to get. I don't know how it is with tokens, but I would recommend to get like for you to get the tier 5 token hands. I think that's easier than Gauntlets of Martial Perfection, probably. Rings are good. DST, Bloodlust Rouge, Blood Knight Warcloak. 20 feet. I think that's the token one, right? Yeah, here you can also get Vengeance Reps. That's way better. Or like, I mean, this is also like fine. I would say 23 agility is I think 0.7 ish crit. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. But I would recommend you. I think it's easier to get just the token hands instead. You know, like from the raid. I don't know how it looks like for your raid. You know, maybe many people need it, but I think that would be the better kind of alternative here. These gloves are not really good. You know, they don't have like any strength and such, which is not great. Because even like gloves, especially, are a really high item budget. So yeah, for cloak, I would recommend Vengeance Rep 100%. Would already help you a lot. So these are just some gearing things I would see, and I would try to do some arena. You get like Talon, you know, you put it in your main hand because you can see Talon is a higher damaging weapon as well. You know, you can see this. You know, 182, 339, 167, 312. It's also a bit slower, which is, I mean, that doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, overall, this is a better main hand weapon than Decapitator. Even though this is an X, that doesn't really matter. So what I would recommend you to do is actually you go for this kind of setup. If you don't want to use Dragon Maw, for example, like if you don't want to go blacksmithing, you can go, you can do like arena. Only takes 1 week, and then you can get this thing as an orc, Gladiator's Cleaver. You put this in your offhand, and you put Talon of Ajara in your main hand. I think this should be more damage, to be honest, because Decapitator is not great. But yeah, that's something I would kind of change. What else? Because you're losing, you know, damage because of not putting Talon of Ajara in your main hand. What else exists? Yeah, we can also look at the rotation. So we see that, yeah. Blood Rage, Bloodthirst, Whirlwind. That's probably where you popped your Bloodlust. I'm pretty sure around here. So you probably use Bloodlust at the start. I think. Wait, let me check this instead. Lust for Battle, that's not the right one. Huh? Can see it. Yeah, I didn't check the group comms as well. How can you wait? How do you check group comms actually in Warcraft logs? I'm stupid. I never understand how that actually works. How do you know that? Wait, is it? Can you see that? I don't even know how you can see. Maybe here, I guess. No, it's not possible. I mean, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, you look at buffs, true. Actually, yeah, I can check this as well. Let's check buffs first. Let's check even if you have Wind Fury. Uh, yeah, you have Wind Fury. Okay, at least you have that. I guess that's good. For Fury, if you want to really, let's say, cheese for like the best, to be honest, to have would be you have 2 Beast Mastery Hunters, 1 Fury, one Feral Druid, one Enhance. That's the best kind of setup. But yeah, that's like, you know, really, really kind of selfish, basically. If that doesn't, like, if that's not possible, I think one Beast Mastery, one Red would be the second best kind of option you have. Or you can have, you know, also like your Vindicta saying. You can also fill it kind of. But really important, Feral Druid enhancement are basically really, really important. I don't know, do you have an enhancement? Do you have even the Feral buff? No, I don't think you have. No, doesn't look like it. Yeah, 100%. But also for melee weaving, you know, like attack power is also important for them if they do that. So I think. Oh wait, let me check the comp actually. So you have 200. Yeah, you have 2 Beast Masteries. I think what I would do here is I would probably do 2 melee groups. You know, you only have 1 Feral Druid, so this is kind of scuffed. Yeah. That's really important. I think in this phase, or in general, burning down the bosses really fast is important. So it looks like you have 1 red, you have 2 BM hunters, you don't have a survival, you have a rogue, and you have 3 warriors and 1 feral only. So okay, one group is going to get gimped basically. So what I would probably do is I would put feral druid, warrior, enhanced shaman, and then also like either 1 beast mastery hunter in the group or like another warrior. Yeah, that's really a problem. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's uh, that's not the problem. They are doing free. You don't have. Okay, you have. You have 1 rest enhancement shaman. Okay. They're doing 3 warrior, resto shaman, red pala. Okay. I mean, it kind of works. Okay, where's the feral druid then? Like, where's this guy? In which group? Like, what kind of group is that one? Because I think feral like crit is, I would say, the best with warriors. You know, melee crit. Because like for example, for let's say rogues, they don't get like a lot of benefit there. Red paladins get like more vengeance procs. Okay, I think you are not with the feral druid, or from what I've seen. I don't really see like the feral buff here. Actually, I can check for myself. Give me a second. Let's check also. Which boss did I check? I think Void Reaver. Let's see. Buffs. Should be down here somewhere. Yeah, here, leader of the pack. You know? Yeah, you're right. Battle shot targets. Yeah, you're right. Here, you can see this. You don't have this. It should be under raid buffs, but you don't have it. Oh wait, you have it. I'm stupid. Okay, you are in the group. Wait, then you have this group is kinda interesting then. Okay, so you have Feral Druid, 3 Warriors, Resto Shaman, and Red Parlor. Okay, this group is not really working. I would put, like, if you want to change it for your kind of comp, and you kinda want to split the DPS a bit, I would have maybe, let's say you have Feral Druid, 2 Warriors, 1 Enhance, and okay, this is actually also kind of different. So you can do it in 2 ways. So you can have it where 1 warrior gets like a lot of the buffs, basically. That works. Or you can make it where you can split it up a bit. So one idea would be you have Feral Druid, you have 1 warrior, you have 2 BM hunters, and then you have 1 enhancement shaman. That is like combination. That's the best thing to really buff 1 warrior. If you don't want to do that because you only have 1 Feral Druid, you can also do something like 1 Feral Druid. Actually, wait. I don't know why I do it like this. So let's do this instead. Yeah, that enhance needs to be in the warrior group. Definitely. So we have So in your kind of comp, so for example, one combination would be kind of like this. Like you have the Feral Druid, you have 2 warriors, and then you have oh wait, no, we have let's use a more this is a more min-max strat. You have like 1 warrior, you have 2 BM hunters, and then you have 1 enhancement shaman. That would be one thing you can do. But then since you have 2 other warriors, they are a bit cooked. So where you would have, let's say, 2 more warriors, arms warrior, fury, what else exists? I think red parlor, rogue, probably. And then you have like 1 resto shaman here. So this is a bit more cooked in this case. Instead, what you can also do is if you want to split this a bit, you can also do something like this, where you switch this. This is also possible, but then you're kind of, griefing your Beastmaster Hunter a bit. Um, that's kind of the problem. It's usually Feral, Enhanced, and 2 warriors on my group. They don't know the range groups. Actually, yeah, I can see what kind of group you are running with. Of course, we have better shots. Can see that. Ah, okay, no. I would have to check this in a different way, actually. Wait, let me do this. Okay, you have it. Enhance, other warrior. You have kind of a different setup, I guess. Yeah, it's hard to see from that kind of point of view. There's probably a way to check, which kind of group previous week's logs. Ah, okay, yeah. But yeah, for this log, it's kind of like this. So if you want to split it a bit, you can kind of make it like this. The problem you guys basically have is that you only have 1 enhancement shaman and you only have like 1 feral druid. That is basically the problem. You need, like, if you want to, because you have a lot of melees. Like, you have 1 red, you have 3 warriors, and you also have, like, a rogue even, and you have 2 hunters. Means you have, like, a lot of physical DPS, but you can't give them, like, really good buffs, which is kind of a problem. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. What is going to be the issue? Basically, yeah. I think you have. Wait, which? Okay, I think this is protection, right? I think did I forget someone here? However, yeah, you could run something like this actually. I think you have like 2 warriors in one group, 1 fury warrior in the other group, I guess. Or if you want to even it a bit, you can also do something like this. Like 2 warriors. This would also help the feral druid tank because he can get a commanding shot, which is not that bad, I guess. So that's something. Comet rocks, for example, they don't give any buff. So this Resto Shaman then just, twists Wind Fury, really important. Then you have kind of the setup. But yeah, this would really depend how your hunters and stuff like that would kind of complain or whatever. Because they don't have Feral Druids in their group, which is kind of a problem. So this is kind of, yeah. But here you have kind of all melee setup in this case, if you want to run something like this. Again, the more min-max strat would be to do this instead, which would be harder. No. You don't use rampage unless you are in a really cooked guild and every fight takes like ages to do. Then you can think about maybe rampage. But overall, it's not worth it. It's way better to have every single warrior in the guild go Deathwish spec, because this will also speed up every single trash pack. You pop Deathwish, you pop your trinket, you will do way more DPS every single trash pack. So it's really important. So yeah, this is kind of the group comp thing. So this is a more min-max thing where you really boost 1 warrior. If you don't want to do this again, I would just split it apart like this instead. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's something you can definitely do. You could also drop the rogue, to be honest, because, warriors are pretty useful. But yeah, this overall is a bit problematic. I think you also have, like, probably other classes that are overrepresented. I mean, your comp is not even that kind of cooked. I would say. I think the main problem is that you just have, like, these are also not 25 people, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. Okay, no, it is. You kind of have everything, but you don't have all of the support classes, which is kind of a problem. But you only have 2 tanks as well. Oh no, wait, you have 3 tanks. No, wait, you have only 2. Heh? Okay, something is like, I can't really wrap my head behind this, to be honest. Um, yeah, I think you have probably 1 melee, which is too much, I guess. Actually, 2 melees. Grimace. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, okay. Then it's kind of cooked. Basically. So Grimace Sprot. Okay. It doesn't really show up. So we have 1 Fury, 1 Arms, I guess. Or why is this? Why is this like this? Are you Arms or are you Fury? Because it looks like you are. On here, it looks like you have Arms. But you used Blood first. No, you can't be Arms. I think this list is probably a bit buggy. Yeah, that's probably the thing. So you have 2 Furies. One of these Furies should definitely go Arms, because this is already, griefing, kind of. You have like your Protection Warrior, and then you have like 2 Furies, and you don't have Blood Frenzy, for example. You need to have Blood Frenzy. So I have one of the warriors, or actually both warriors, should have an off-spec, like for kebab, and you rotate that. That is like pretty important. I would say. Protection Warrior in general is kind of cooked, I would say, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not even sure. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, mostly, if you would replace this guy for another Feral Druid, this would already fix a lot of things. Because, for example, let's say we don't have this warrior here, and we instead put like a Feral Druid here, then you have like 2 really strong melee groups. Also, you like would ditch kind of one of the healers, put like 1 enhance here, and then you are basically really golden. Then like with this Fury Warrior or this Fury Warrior goes Arms instead. Yeah, kind of like this, and this would be the more balanced setup. If you want to, boost the Fury Warrior by a lot, again, you put the Beast Mastery here, put the red in the other group. That's also possible. But yeah, most groups don't really do that. They kind of split this. So yeah, that is something that would be a thing that you can do actually. Then you have like also battle shot spread, stuff like that. But yeah, it would require for people to change change their classes and stuff like that, which is not possible. Also you have 1 Resto Druid and you have also a Boomkin. You can do that definitely, but for example, yeah, this is kind of hard to say, hard to think about, to be honest. Wait, how many healers do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you have 6 healers. You could have one of the healers, like one of the shamans, could go enhance, I think. Unless you have do you have healing problems? I don't know if you do the raid, you have healing problems. Yeah, I think 6 healers is too much. People run even sometimes 4, especially in these like really easy kind of content. I would maybe try to. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Wait, I have to kill this mob here. But yeah, this is way more interesting than farming stuff. Uh, yeah, you could have one of the maybe Resto Shamans. Maybe if they have an off spec, go enhance instead. That could help out like the groups by a lot, because, for example, like if you have that set up, that would be way more functional. I think the biggest problem is that you have 3 tanks, which like not 3 tanks, but you have, for example, the Protection Warrior, which doesn't really fit. Like you have to either ditch like one of the warriors, for example, and then you have like 1 warrior go kebab. That could work. Then you have like maybe a feral DPS instead. But yeah, it's difficult. I would say to kind of fix this. People would have to kind of re-roll stuff like that, which is not really possible. If you want to have more of an easy fix, I would just try to have one of the Resto Shamans respec into Enhance. Or you have that's like a thing maybe that could happen. Or you have like one of the like this Resto Druid go Feral instead. That could also be a thing. But that really depends on the people. You know, if they want to play Feral, if they're good with Feral, or if they want to tank, you know, that's the thing. Then you can kind of fix this, I would say. So another thing you could try to fix this. Because let's try to just put everything in here. So we have 2 Resto Shamans, we have 1 Elemental. No, wait, this is wrong. Elemental. We have 3 Warlocks. I'm just going to put everything in here, so can I just sort this? Stuff like that. 1 Priest, which is probably Holy, I guess. Shadow. Rogue I have. 3 Warriors. Red. Prot Parlor. Holy Parlor. So your Paladin setup is pretty good, I would say. You have 3 Paladins. All of them have different specs, which is nice. You have 1 Boomkin. Which I can't find even here. Where's Boomkin? Ah, here. Boomkin, then Resto. And then you have 2 free mages even. Okay, why is 1 mage fire? I think that's probably bugged, right? I don't think you have like I don't think this guy is fire, right? I hope so. Let's see. Is he fire? Okay, why is he fire? I mean, you have Shadow Priest, so okay, maybe he's in a gimped group, but still. Ah, okay, yeah, true. Yeah, to be honest, I don't have a lot of knowledge about casters. Yeah, okay. It's probably the group compositions are a bit cooked. So let's try to organize this a bit. So we probably have something like this going on. We have Resto Shamans. Let's make like a healing group first. Just so I can sort this a bit. So Resto Shaman, Holy Healer Shaman. Shadow Priest would go kinda like here. Something like this if you want to really boost this. Yeah, Resto Shaman should go here as well. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's no arcane. Yeah. That's I guess kind of an issue. So the problem is like this mage is also kind of too much. It's hard I think to fit him somewhere. I mean, Protpiler can go anywhere. It doesn't really matter unless you want to boost his threat. If you want to boost that, you should go to into the Elemental Shaman group. But then you are going to gimp like Warlocks. Holy Priest, Resto Shaman, Resto Druid, Holy Parlor. Yeah, I mean you can do something like this, I guess. We have that. I think. Wait, this guy is also Fury, Comet Rogue, and this guy is. Wait, did I forget something? I don't think you have that many shamans, right? I think I forgot someone probably. We have 1 resto, 2 restos, 1 enhance, 1 elemental. That's I think all of the shamans. We have 2 priests. Yeah, we have 2 priests. Okay. So yeah, this is. I think your problem is, from what I've seen actually now, is you have too many of one class. So 3 warlock setup works. That's fine. 1 boomkin also works, I would say. But if you have that, then the stressor druid is kind of problematic, but also not really. So this is still fine. Elemental shaman 1 is also 100% fine. Resto shaman is also 100% fine. I think you're definitely kind of missing 1 shaman for example. Like, that would be hard to do, but let's say you have like one less Holy Priest. Or you could remove Resto Druid or Holy Priest. Like that would be my kind of recommendation here. For example, you already have one Holy Priest. Maybe you can just use one instead. Or actually, no, Holy Priests are really strong for healing. So I would probably ditch the Resto Druid instead, I guess. And then try to get like one more enhance in, which is hard to do. Like, however, this would be pretty difficult. I think 6 healers are probably too much. And that's also why, like, one of the problems you will immediately see in these kind of fights is that the fight takes a really, really long time, you know? Like 4 minutes, Void Reaver is pretty long. You know, that is something where you can see, okay, there's not enough DPS. Why is there not enough DPS? Maybe people don't press their buttons correctly. Yeah, this caster group is pretty stacked, I would say. You have actually, like, your comp's not even that bad. I've seen way worse. Like, but I think the problem is you just have too many of one class most of the time. You know, mages, you could also, like, remove one mage. That's also possible. And then put something else in here instead. Like, maybe you do something like this here, like do... wait, what is... Yeah, Prot Paladin gets, like, some benefits here, I guess. Or you want to fit like more of one other healer here. It doesn't really matter. Wait, what would be good? Yeah, you can put like a pumper healer here, I guess, to get more mana regen. But yeah, that would be a possibility. Then you can get also something else which would be more useful to the raid. Because 3 mages is kind of rough. It is kind of possible in your comps though. But to be honest, for your... How much fast was you? I mean, to be honest, they just use Shadow Bolt and I think just some dots. But most of the damage is just, I think, just Shadow Bolt, to be honest. And in this kind of setup, I would, like, you know, like you have so much crit here, 5% here. Also, like, I think this is 3%, right? Yeah, this is 3%. Then you have like 5% here. So I would just really focus on getting these like high damaging Shadow Bolts. And I don't know how your caster group looks like, but if you have that kind of setup, I would definitely do something like this, where you really boost your Warlocks. This will also speed up Trash massively, 100%. So yeah, don't split this up, you know, don't put the Elemental Shamans with the Mages, stuff like that, not necessary. Just try to stack your Warlocks. You have a Shadow Priest as well, so Arcane Mages get that. Okay, Druids, however, also give Innervate. So maybe I would not remove the Druid, I think, actually. Yeah, I think that is pretty useful to have like 2, actually 3 Innervates. That's pretty nice, so... So instead, what could we remove here? Yeah, this is hard to say, I think. Wait, what did I remove previously? What was it again? Ah, yeah, it was a mage, right? Yeah, I think this mage is kind of a problem, probably. You could ditch one mage and get like one more enhanced in. Yeah, but 2 hunters is fine. The thing is, people are going to translate, so to, I think, less hunters, probably. 2 hunters is pretty good, though. The buff is really nice. Yeah, no problem. I mean, this is pretty fun to do, you know. This is also, like I said in my videos all the time, I love like theory crafting, so this is pretty fun to do. I did this also all the time for my old guild, you know, try to optimize the comms, even though that was not always, you know, went well. I got War Boots of Obliteration, and I got 2 Never Vortexes. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. You can fix this 100%, but I think mostly, just to summarize, it is about, okay, do people want to switch? That is an issue. I would not ditch, but I would probably try to get like one healer out. For example, this healer, I would just put this healer here in the melee group and have him respec to enhance instead. That could already fix a lot of problems in itself. Then you can decide what you want to do with the protection paladin. Do you want to give him more mana? Then put him here in this kind of group. But yeah, for example, Shadow Priest always needs to go with mages. It's a must. Yeah, we can also do something like this. This is threat dependent, you know. Does your protection paladin need some more threat? Does he have mana issues? Put him in this group. If not, have like 3 mages here. But this mage should also be arcane, to be honest. I think it's not worth to have like fire mage in this kind of thing. Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. I think keep him. I guess, yeah. Just you could just do that. I think I would just have this restore, respec to enhance instead, and then you have like 2 pretty good groups. I would say, yeah. That's I think that's the easiest fix in this kind of situation. So just have your restore, like one of the restores, respec to enhance, and put them in the melee group, and then you have 2 good melee groups, and you should have way more damage in this kind of setup. Like again, your group's not that bad. So let's look at rotation now, because I didn't do that, and you asked about that. Let's see. Timelines. So okay. So one thing I can see here, right from the get-go, is that you are not using haste potion. No, you are using it. You are using it. Okay, this is decapitator, whatever. Using it way later, so. Let's see. I think this is probably the time where Bloodlust is up. 14 seconds. So 30 seconds would be 44. So this is where Bloodlust kinda ends, I guess. I'm not really sure when you pop Bloodlust, so I have to check maybe from buffs. Should be in raid buffs, I think. No, it's not here. Here's Bloodlust. Okay, when did you pop this? What? At 1 minute 15? Why? Why is it so late? What? This is kind of weird. Like this is not really good for Void Reaver, for example, especially. Just pop Bloodlust at the start immediately. Just pop it at the start. You can wait a bit. You know, you can wait like 10 seconds or so. But like 1 minute is way too late. That's not good. Not really. It's I don't have the really commands for that, to be honest. Oh, shaman pop whenever. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, you have like how many shamans do you have? I think you have 4. You know, any shaman can pop it. Doesn't matter. Like any of your shamans can pop it. So because it is raid wide, you know. The logic is most of the so there are some specific things sometimes on some bosses where you want to save your bloodlust. For example, let's say you do Calfast, you know. You don't want to do you don't want to pop bloodlust where you kill the advisors, obviously, you know, it's not worth it. So you want to pop bloodlust when you can actually fight the boss. Same for Lady Vash, you know. You want to pop it in the last phase where you can actually kill damage the boss. If you want to have more of a generic answer, however, like let's say the boss doesn't have that, you should usually pop it at the start. The reason is most trinkets and also procs like mongoose, stuff like that, they will all proc at the start of the fight. So that's pretty important because what you want to do is you want to stack as many buffs and such as you can as possible. No, but BL, you know, I don't know if you are the raid leader or so, but for example, on Void Reaver, it should be kind of popped at the start, basically. Not yeah. Make it a habit to be annoying us. Yeah. I mean, this is for example, for Void Reaver, 1 minute is way too late because here, you know, people. As a problem, what is happening if you pop this so late and you don't announce it before is that DPS are not going to know. Okay, lots of DPS are just going to pop all of their CDs at the start, and then they don't have them up during Bloodlust. And this is the highest damage phase you can have on a boss every single time. You know, when Bloodlust is up, because Bloodlust is just broken. Like it's crazy good. Like 30% more haste for everyone is just stupid OP. It is crazy. So that's what you want to do. So obviously you kind of want to. So you can wait a bit, you know, for people to sunder, for the tank to build a bit of threat, so people don't overtake him. But you can play it a bit safe, but you can also say, okay, just 10 seconds in or so, or 5 seconds in or so, just pop Bloodlust. That's pretty simple, I think. Yeah, I saw it. I saw, for example, your cast. You popped your CDs at the start here, Death Wish, plus as well, like your trinket. And the problem is, here you popped your racial. That's not something you should do. I can show you how you kind of should do it in a second. Say the correct things to do. Use Bloodlust 1. Yeah, that's but look, for example, for this fight, this fight takes it took you 4 minutes to do. You pop Bloodlust 1 minute into the fight. When let's say you do it optimally, and then that's also where you pop all of your CDs. After 2 minutes, you can use some other CDs again. But let's say you would have done it at the start. You pop everything at the start. The fight takes 4 minutes. You can actually use. You can kind of use maybe your trinket actually twice, or your haste potion twice, if you do it like this kind of. If the fight would take that long. So that's kind of an issue. So that's, however, something you don't want to have happen. You don't want to have where you have to use haste potion so many times because the fights are so long. Yeah. For example, that like second time is okay, but in this kind of thing, you could, I think, even like for 4 minutes, it's could even pop it probably like another time as well. So here, I can actually show you. I have like the same fight here, so I can show you what I did with my CDs. I think, did I pop rec here? Yeah, I also pop rec here, so that's kind of perfect. So here, I do some Sunders. We wait here. We have like a lot of time. Nothing's popped. And you can see everything's kind of popped at the same time. Here I fucked up a bit, but the problem is you have like a GCD here, Bloodlust and Recklessness. But I kind of tend to try to pop everything at the start. So that's what you see here. And the thing is, then what you can do is you can just spam so much here as well. And this is kind of how it should look like. You want to pop everything kind of together. If you want to have it easy, what you can do, if you want to min-max it a bit, these abilities are, they last a bit less. So you can kind of delay it a bit in your Bloodlust. And wait for some procs and then try to use that together, But I would not really do that, to be honest. That's just not really necessary. I think if you pop everything at the start, that's enough. But yeah, that's kind of, for example, for you pop 2 CDs here. When you popped your haste potion, for example, your Death Wish and so on was already gone. When you popped your Recklessness, your Death Wish was already gone. Flame Cap, and kind of same story here. So that's kind of an issue. First of all, I would have thought, okay, you don't even use haste potions, but you did. But you use them like, way later. It makes sense, because here Bloodlust is up. So that's not really a complete issue on you, 100% not. It's more over also like Bloodlust was just used completely wrong. Like 1 minute into the fight, this for Void Reaver especially is pretty not really good. But your rotation looks fine, I would say. Yeah, you can see you probably have some. Okay, yeah, you use Heroic Strike a lot as well. This is good. General rotation looks fine, Blood First, Whirlwind. Here you use like Whirlwind, Blood First. I think you can also calculate it. Like every 6 seconds, if you used it. 26. Oh yeah, 27-ish. 6 seconds after that would be 33, which is kind of around here. So yeah, this is okay. I think here you delayed your Blood First a bit. But again, this is more min-max stuff. This is not really important, to be honest. Mostly your general rotation looks fine here. It's, yeah, Blood First. Yeah, sometimes you use, I think, Whirlwind instead of Blood First. I mean, yeah, that's kind of thing you could try to improve on a bit, but you see, like, most of the problem why you do lower powers is, for example, your cooldowns are not aligned, and the boss takes a really long time to die. And that's, I think, one of the big issues in your group. 100%. Here you pop it again. So that's something I don't even see a lot of like Boris and so on do. They don't, like, I also saw so many Boris don't even use haste potions, stuff like that. But you even pop like twice, and also your cooldowns twice. But that's not something you should like do oftentimes. Because these bosses should die way quicker. Yeah, it's like everyone should obviously do more DPS, and it's a bit hard to explain. So let's go over the chat a bit because I just rambled for a long time. Oh wait, someone whispering me. There's all correct things to do. Okay, regardless, it's true. Yeah, wanted to say if Bloodlust popped at the start, you're able to use haste through second time. Okay, that's definitely true. So the two big things that determine buffs is one mechanics, two fight length. Yeah, for Bloodlust, right? Yeah, mostly we are also in a post-nerf environment, meaning bosses have like a lot less mechanics, and the kind of meta is going to be you just want to zerg the boss as quickly as possible. TBC kind of works like that, because you have Bloodlust, you have so many CDs, you can pop everything, and then if the boss obviously dies really, really quickly, you don't have to deal with a lot of mechanics. For example, let's say you do Kalfas, and you kill Kalfas really quickly when he's doing his mind control phase, you will have way less mind controls in the whole raid, which will make the fight insanely easy. So that's something which is pretty important, for example. I'm a rogue main, so I'm a little different for me, but this is still really good overall knowledge. Usually pop all my buffs right off the get-go, so then can come back after the fact strong enough, but these are zone builds. For rogues, I think for rogues it's even more important, their cooldown usage. Rogues, I think, have the most burst-heavy cooldowns in the game, I would say, 100%. Deathwish is pretty insane for us, but basically if a rogue pops Adrenaline Rush, they have like infinite energy almost. And since they have like basically almost no cooldown on the Sinister Strike, that is like an insane difference in DPS. So as a rogue, rogues are like really, really determined on kill length. If you have a fight which takes 20 seconds or so, like a 30-second fight or so, you pop all your CDs on a rogue at the start, Bloodlust permanently up. You can be really, really, really high on the DPS charts as a rogue. It is really insane. You can even beat warriors in that case, if they, for example, don't pop wreck and such. But otherwise, if the fight is like really long, warriors have more consistent DPS. Rogues, it is a problem then, because Adrenaline Rush, really long cooldown, then it gets kind of annoying on a rogue. That's also something you can do, obviously, as well. But most still, if you don't have your procs up, if you don't have your mongoose up, if you don't have like DST up, you should still pop your CDs while Bloodlust is up, because Bloodlust lasts 30 seconds. Then you can also kind of wait with the low duration stuff. For example, recklessness only lasts 15 seconds. When you are in Bloodlust, you have like 30 seconds, so you can wait 15 seconds, and then you can see, okay, did I get any proc here? Then you can pop recklessness, for example. And then still, if it's 15 seconds left or 16, 17 seconds, and you still get nothing, you can still pop recklessness. Doesn't really matter. If you want to optimize it. But again, that's not really that necessary. Most of the time, just pop everything when Bloodlust is up. Yeah. Time duel with drums during last and then pop rest of stuff. Yeah, that's how you optimize it, 100%. If you want to really, really optimize it, definitely. But yeah, again, that is something which is obviously more min-max thing. I think here are some general things which are wrong. Like Bloodlust, used one minute in the fight is really not good. That should be changed 100%. Yeah, I think we can do this. I think this is kind of everything, to be honest here. Like, for example, like the rotation looks fine. Obviously, if you die, you can't really do anything about that. But most of the problem why your kill times are really long is, I think group comps are not optimized correctly. You have like kind of too many healers. But that's like I don't really know how your guild works, It's hard to say. Let's say if you have healing problems, then obviously, getting another DPS instead of a healer might be an issue for you. But yeah, the thing is, if you have way more DPS here, that these issues would not actually start. Oh yeah, one thing I want to check before I go over another log would be to check actually your consumes really quickly. Okay, so I have food buff. Wait, this is wrong. here. Okay. So yeah, food buff, nice. Scroll. Ah, cheeky. You're not using the scroll level 5. Flask, agility scroll, unleash rage, lightning speed, haste potion, draw. Okay, this is not something you can do. Flame caps, evens. Trust me, not even like flame caps. You can even kind of ditch. Like you, in this kind of guild you are in this guild environment. Unless you have a lot of gold, I would just not use flame caps. It's not worth it. I think it's just you can rather spend your gold on something else, especially in this kind of guild. I would say. I think everything else looks. Yeah, you have the basic stuff like flask, food buff, haste potion. This is the basic stuff. Haste potion, food buff, flask, and then after that, you have scrolls, which not everyone uses. You have stuff like flame caps and stuff like that, which is even more another additional thing. But yeah, looks fine. I see that, I'm not saying, yeah, you have I mean, you can even go more all out, if you want to. But I think it's not, like, trust me, I did the same thing, in my old guild in Classic Anniversary, and it's just not worth it. It is just so much gold I've spent, and, like, if you have other people in your guild that are not like this, like, let's say 50% or so are not doing it, it's not worth it. You should just instead chill a bit, stuff like that. But yeah, you have like more bigger problems than that. You did not really like a lot of stuff wrong, to be honest. Like only some smaller things, to be honest. So it's mostly like, group comp is kind of cooked. Oh yeah, gear, you could kind of work on that as well, I think. But yeah, overall, it's not really a big issue. If you, for example, I would just save your gold, and try to get Dragon Maw instead, to be honest. And then you put Talon in your offhand, and then you're fine. To be honest, if you want to really, really kind of go for more damage. But yeah, okay. Miu is best. Miu is better. You can, yeah, if you want, you can also share your name, so I can look at your log if you want to. Just got my damn hammer. Yo, get set. Nice. Blazing, okay. Oof. Which? Ah, you sent me in DM. I meant your character name, so. If you shared here, it's I'm going to do it on stream, so I don't know if you want to do that. Just saying. No problem, no problem. I'm going to check that afterwards. Okay. Okay, yeah, you check. Bro, you linked me Fabulot. This is the one boss where you can cleave so much damage. This is okay, yeah. Actually, I died on this boss today because I like popped everything. But you are asking where you're not 90 parsing. So, but yeah, we can check this, for example. If Living strikes up. So this boss fight is... this one is a really risky one to check parses most of the time. Because, I would first of all check something else. Because this is basically a threat capped one, it's hard to say. Wait, I will just check your name instead. And I will again just use Void Reaver. Void Reaver. Void Reaver is a target dummy, basically. Let's go to Void Reaver. Ah, I know this guild, I think. Actually. I think I remember this guild from Classic. I'm pretty sure. Okay, mage is on top. Let's look at the comp. Oh, you have 2 rogues. Okay, this comp is pretty interesting. Let's see what we have here. You also have like only 1 feral druid. That's unfortunate. Let's first of all check your buffs. Let's check what you have. Okay, hero. Makes sense, obviously. Let's check raid buffs. You don't have mic'd, and you don't have a feral group. Ah, you died on Void Reaver. Was it this fight? I checked your highest power, so this should not... Oh wait, I have to maybe check the most recent one, I guess. I don't know why I didn't do that. 31. Ah, okay. I can also check another boss instead. Wait, there's like another boss which work... more grim. This was also... And this is recent, yeah, 28th. So this is also like target dummy boss fight. Here you can get unlucky, because you can get, you know, I got this today. I got the... What is it called? Like the water grave or whatever. That shit that teleports you. You can also get it here, which sucks. But yeah. Wait, wrong one. Blazing. Okay. Okay, one water grave. Okay, okay. Yeah. I had the same today. I can... Oh, that's actually good. We could compare it then. Yeah, even Rev Rec. Okay, this time you have leader of the pack. Good. You have all three blessings. Okay, this like the buffs look good, I would say. Let's say check consumes really quickly. Flask. Okay. Haste potion. Recklessness as well. Well fed. You have one scroll, I think. Oh no, you have two scrolls. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's like basically all of the basics. Flame cap could be whatever, but this is not really necessary. Or like the 10 attack power one you can also get from the starting zone, but that's more of a min-max thing. That wouldn't really matter here. Let's check. Yeah, let's check. Let's just check rotation. Okay, battle shot makes sense. Yeah, Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, Thunder. Okay, you are probably low on rage here, I guess. One thing I could check here is also your resource. But yeah, I will check that later. I wonder where you pop CDs. So wait, first of all, really important. When is hero popped? What? Uh, why? 3 minutes 41. What? What? Why is that? Why did... Man, this is so interesting to see. 3 minutes 41 is crazy, actually. Okay, yeah, okay, makes sense. I mean, this cooked your powers, basically, to be honest. Like, you basically didn't have Bloodlust up for the whole fight. I think this cooked, like, the whole powers of everyone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens. I think I should rather check something else. I was, like, wondering, oh, where's Bloodlust? I scroll all the way through. Yeah, the problem is if you don't have Bloodlust used correctly, the thing is it increases everyone's damage, which means the boss dies quicker, which means you have longer uptime on your cooldowns, which means everyone will have higher powers. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. It is what it is. Yeah, let's check that instead. Void Reaver. Wait. Oh, I'm stupid. So this? No. This. Okay. Ah, you are Thunderstrike. Okay. No, wait, then I can't remember. I remember there was a guild that had that same name on the Spine Shatter. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Oh, I think that was from something else. Okay, it was this one. Yeah, this is a recent one. But you said you died here, right? Didn't you die here? I mean, if you died, you know, it's kind of cooked anyway. Hmm. Okay, wait. We can check the same thing. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So let's see. Maybe you died at the end, so we can still check some stuff, I guess. This is also important. So here you can actually see this is kind of a thing you can use. Here, for example, you can see when heroes procced or popped. You can see drums was also used here. And you used all of your CDs, I think, at the same time, which is good. Haste potion as well, I'm pretty sure. Recklessness. Haste potion also here, yes. Last. Oh, actually, this is Bloodlust Root. Yeah, here you see even Flame Camp. Oof, unfortunate. Yeah, that's really sad that you died here. So we have everything up. Let's check when this was popped. I mean, okay, 38 seconds, and this is also kind of late, to be honest. Like, I think this should be popped a bit earlier. Um, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's whatever. It's fine. It's not really that big of a deal. Let's check cast. I can't imagine maining my warrior ever. Man can't find the right spot to save my life on any spell to get instant vitamin. It's so brutal on warrior. I mean, yeah. It is kind of difficult, but the thing is, more people kind of want to get warriors. I would really try, if you're not in a guild, try your luck in, for example, right now, like getting in pack groups, stuff like that, and try to get the gear or stuff that you can actually buy a lot of stuff, a lot of your gear, stuff like that. So people can basically see, okay, you know what you are doing, If you play Fury, for example, get your Dragon Maw, get your Vengeance Wrap, get that going. That is really important. If you get like NG goggles as well, that's pretty insane. So that would definitely help, getting into like a guild or so. Because, you will have a lot of people, a lot of like newer warriors, stuff like that. They're just trying with, not really great gear and like just fresh gear. And then it's becoming really hard, because you have a lot of competition here. Okay, you have Bloodthirst Whirlwind, Bloodthirst Whirlwind. Yeah. I think you could use probably more Heroic Strikes again. Okay, no. Yeah, okay, here you pop your cities. Yeah, here this is pretty nice. Like you pop all of your cities at the same time. I mean, you could also wait a bit here if you want to optimize this, that's possible. Definitely. You wait for your procs and then you try to get this done. Then you pop your Recklesses, for example, or your Haste Potion. Like Haste Potion is a bit early, I would say as well. But generally, you want to stack as everything as possible. If you are in a guild which kills these bosses really, really fast, it is really important that you have everything stacked on top of each other. Like all of your cities. But yeah, here, yeah, okay. Like really, really a lot of heroic strike. Okay, here you died, I think. Yeah, I think here you died. And then you got rest, I think. Okay, here, okay, that's then cooked. Then you're basically cooked. You can't really do much about that. How did you die? Did you pull Fred or what? I think that's probably what happened, You probably pulled Fred. Yeah, you pulled Fred. Oof. Unlucky. How did you pull Fred though? Like tanks had so much time. Yeah. That's okay. Makes sense. You were probably like second on Fred. Okay, then that's where it's important, that then you can't really do anything here. Okay, yeah. That's like this one is not your fault, 100% not. Like you can't really do anything more. You did your rotation correctly. You did your stuff. You popped your CDs. Is it better to deathwish after 10 seconds last? Yeah, you could do that as well. It is just really important that you do it during lust. Tanks also get more threat during lust. And having MD stuff like that is pretty important. Right now it's a bit wonky, because tanks don't have a lot of expertise gear right now. This will become, however, a bit better. But yeah, a threat will be a problem that you will always have on a warrior, always. Because as later on we will get armor penetration gear, and then it's really bad with the threat. Yeah, yeah, you can also do that. But I think drums was used at the same time as Bloodlust. Because you can see this here, not here. Here. Drums, heroism. Basically at the same time. If you want to, optimize your damage, that's also where you can pop all of your CDs. But that's basically also what you did. You have like everything lined up here. I think you even have, okay, that's something which is like unlucky here. And that's what I mean, That's what I say, you kind of want to pop Bloodlust at the start. Why is that the case? We can see this here. You know, we have lightning speed up, which is a mongoose proc, and you can see this popped like really early in the fight, but it didn't pop when hero was used. As you can see here, heroism was used. You know, you have this gap here. So this means while heroism was up, you didn't have your mongoose up, which you know kind of sucks because this would be another additional big damage buff. But yeah, this is more luck dependent, obviously. Something else okay, flurry is obviously something, you know, that's always there. Drums was up. If you have here, this is also something you can play with, your haste proc from your Dragon Maw, but you can see it was up. Kind of. It was kind of up, you know. This is a pretty short duration buff, 10 seconds only, but the cooldown for that one is not that long. And it was also basically up during Bloodlust, so that's also good. This is unlucky, you know, your trinket was not up. You know, Hourglass didn't proc here, and Hourglass has a really long cooldown, which you can see here, you know. Here it procs long, okay, here you died as well, so this is more realistic. So you can see the cooldown's like really long. Unfortunate. But that's how you min-max your CDs, but that's not something you can control, and that's why it's really important for like many bosses to pop Bloodlust at the start. Because if that would have happened, you know, let's imagine, you know, we have hero. Instead of here, it would have been popped kinda like this, like in this area, you know. Then we would have had, basically, we would have had mongoose up. We would have had this also up, and then we can also pop everything else. Yeah, it is. That's also something someone mentioned in my chat, and I thought, no way, it has. I think it's, how long is it? 60 seconds or so? I think maybe a bit less. It's like really long, and that's really annoying. I don't know how Tsunami is. I think Tsunami has a way lower CD, but I'm not sure, so I can't really, you know. I think we can even check this. I think it's up on Wowhead. Hourglass. Yeah, see this? 50 seconds cooldown. This is so ass. Tsunami. Okay, this has 5 seconds less cooldown, but it is a pretty kind of big difference. Yeah, 45 seconds. I mean, you know, still something, I guess. How much has DST? I think DC also has kind of a long cooldown. Yeah, no. What? Look at this, 20 seconds. This proc is also way more broken. Man, this is so insane. Why don't I have DST, man? Oh my god. Man, I've been running with Hourglass for such a long time. It's crazy. 20 seconds is so stupid. That's insane. Does Dragon Maw have an internal cooldown? It doesn't really show. I think it has, however. Yeah. You're a rogue though, so you know? I'm doing better. It is what it is. It doesn't. Okay. Okay, crazy. Okay, then it's like really luck dependent, I guess. But you can also see this here, I think. It's like really, really consistent. Yeah, here you died, but you can see here was a fight. It was like up for a while, then you died. And then you started attacking around here again. It was up again, basically. Wait. Okay. That's something we can also check, you know? After 24 AQ, maybe that is more than me. I think it is more. Let's check. Classic. How many AQ runs did I do? Man, don't look at my next bars there, so as 21. Actually more. I did way more. This is not completely correct. Look how many times I did this in a pre-patch. You know? 4 times. Basically trying every single week to get it. Can I see it in TBC? Probably not, right? Probably not showing up. Nah. I also did this, I think, twice or 3 times or so in TBC as well. Yeah. Terrible. Terrible. Okay. Yeah, I think it has something. I think it has some cooldown. But it procs really, really quickly. However, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's kind of how you optimize it. If you want to optimize your cooldowns, stuff like that. I remember I did one video that's on my channel, like really early on, you know, on Valor Stress in Classic WoW, an anniversary, and I got lots of procs together, and I had like really shitty gear, and I got like a really high pass, I think 96 or something, with really bad gear. Wait, I can actually show you that from Classic. This was back in there. Oh, I had like a way better pass. What? This is not true. Maybe phase 2? Huh? What? Anyway, wait, it was phase 3, right? Wait. This is wrong. This was not 92, I think. Was it? It was one of the first runs. I'm not really sure. It was one of these runs. I remember it was way more. It was, I think, 96. But yeah, here in during buffs, and I checked this. I got like really lucky. I think it was not this run. I'm pretty sure it was not this run. But I think I got the Crusader proc, and it lined up with... Yeah, I know I got actually 2, but you can see it rigged here. I got 2 together, like 2 Crusader procs, and then everything else, and it was pretty nice. But yeah, I don't know. This is not... I think this is not the log that I wanted to see. Still don't understand what of powers evaluated, just for DPS. So, how powers work, just to give you kind of a simple answer, it is basically your DPS gets compared to everyone else in this week, basically. Or not really, yeah, kind of in this week. So it gets compared with that. With your spec, with your class that you are playing, that's basically it. It's only, like, let's say every single Fury Warrior gets, you know, compared to each other. That's how it works. So let's say you do, you know, Fury Warrior, you enter a raid, you do DPS, and then you're going to get compared with everyone else. And this number basically tells you, you know, how high of a percentile you are with your like ranking. If you get a 99, you are basically in the 99th percentile of DPS. Many people can get 99s, but only one person can get a 100 pass. If you get a 100 pass, this means you have the highest DPS on that boss, basically. Which can obviously get beaten the next week. But yeah, for this, I think for this week, it was the highest. So that's kind of how it works. Gear is not, like, you know, item level or stuff is not evaluated here. So even if you have like really shitty gear, you're still going to get compared with warriors who has the best gear. There used to be a thing where if you looked at your parses, there was a thing on the right which said item level parse, but that, I don't know, doesn't exist anymore for some reason. So for example, I think this was a thing in so let's try to check this actually. I will open my old character. I don't know if I can find like old parses. Yeah, 50 years was a majority. Don't look at ICC, man. Here was like trolling, okay? We are going to look at where I was kind of tryharding. I think... No, this also doesn't exist anymore. I think I can't open this, right? No, I can't, I think. Yeah. There was a thing where you could see your item level parse as well. But I don't know, they removed it. And I'm not sure why. But yeah. Oh, this was so... I was so mad here as well. This was actually 99 parse, you know, patchwork. And then... Oh, I can still see it. Oof. Look at this. This is... Okay, for everyone that wants to play Warrior in Rev, ne? Okay? So if you want to play Warrior in Rev, that is your experience. Look at this. I had to... Look... This was a 99... here, item level parse. This is what I mean, you know? You have your item level parse here. This was basically a 99 parse. Basically. And look at this. You know? Like, I'm not even top 5 on a Warrior. Which is insane. So that is going to be your experience if you are going to play Warrior and Rev, okay? So even if you do so much DPS, they're not going to buff this class early. it's one of the worst DPS specs. I think this is the worst melee spec, unless you think about arms. Oh, okay, red, but red got buffed, so it doesn't really count. But yeah, red was also really terrible. It's kind of the same boat. So Fury, red, phase 1 rev, ass, completely shit. You can see this as well here, you know. This was like crazy. I was like, oh man, I do so much DPS. I got like really lucky procs. And I can't even see me on the damage meters. Rogues, okay? Rogues had the most brain dead rotation ever. And they were the best kind of DPS. So they were, I think, the second best DPS. It was Unholy Decay, and then it was Assassination Rogues. All Rogues did is they did one slice and dice, one, and then they pressed, as you can see, just mutilate, I think, all the time, and finish with Envenom. That's it. It was, I think, basically a 2-button rotation. In Rev, you know, where you have, I don't know, like Feridruids doing some mumbo jumbo, stuff like that. You can see. This is the stuff. This is rotation. Nothing else. There are no other damage abilities. Which is crazy. And then you compare it, you know, like warriors have to do press way more. We have like slam. This was completely cooked. Like this, like arms warrior was insanely hard. Not really insanely hard, but it was like way harder to play. You had to press so many buttons. It was crazy. Really? Is Modern Rogue as the same thing? No. What? This is insane. I also had like a rogue. I don't know if I can find him. I don't think I can find him. I don't know. Does he not have any pauses? I think he had like a different name. Sinister Strike, Slice and Dice Rupture. Does Sinister Strike auto refresh or what? Or do you have to cast it? But yeah, guys, you want to see my Burning Crusade pauses? Sunwell. I could only do it 2 times, you know. But this was pre-nerf Sunwell. But yeah. This was basically when I had like 0 clue about the game, you know. I had like no idea. It was really easy to power back then as well. You could get like, if you had a bit of knowledge, you could easily get 90 pluses so easily. Like not a lot of people played even warrior. This was such a fun raid as well. Okay, let's open that. Oof. Oof, this looks kind of rough. I mean, at least you're full clear, I guess. That's something. Okay, you have 3 kills, so yeah, makes sense. I'm not sure, to be honest. It depends on the boss, you know. On Lady Vash, for example, I kind of trolled. I would say I didn't really attack elementals. Could have probably maybe pulled a 90, I guess. But yeah, some other bosses, I think these bosses which are more, let's say, kind of target dummy like, it's pretty difficult to get even a 90, I would say. But yeah, this is kind of cooked. But I guess you are more of a retail player, maybe. Maybe you're not so familiar with Rogue. But wait, let's check the kill times. Okay, this is really long. 8-minute Alara as well. Yeah, this is a really long fight, bro. 4-minute as well. I mean, Alara's really long in general, you know, but this is like almost like a Rev the Lich King ICC fight, you know. Okay, yeah. I want to check your gear, you know. I want to see what your gear you are running. So let's try to find the most recent one, which is I think you only did Tempest Keep. No, this is not the most recent one. Oof. Did you die here? I don't know what happened. I hope you didn't die here. I hope you died, actually. You have 2 rogues. Okay, you have good gems, though, I think. Spiteblade, Latros. I mean, the gear looks correct. Definitely. You have, like, lots of hit. This is tier 4. Yeah, tier 4. To be honest, I'm not really that familiar with rogues. I mean, I played rogue a bit, especially during Rev. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it was kind of the same for okay, we full cleared next, but it took a really long time for us to full clear next. And we were doing it every single week, you know. I can actually show this as well. Like with my old guild. I don't know if I showed that before, but yeah. You see, you know, 15, 15, 15, and so on. Lower Feb 13, 4 Horsemen 11, and then Sephiron 9 times. 9. This is basically, yeah, this is almost half of the attempts we did. It took us a really long time to do this. Really? I didn't get a better pass on Nov? Wait, which one is Nov? What? Nov is a really easy one to get a high one. Why is it so low? I don't know. I was maybe griefing. Okay, let's check group patch. Okay, this is also griefing. Yeah, I don't know. I was whatever. Look at my buffs and yours spiked. I'm here for the gear. Yeah, no flash, bro. You're crazy. The fuck is this? Oof. I mean, at least you have food buff. There's no flash gear. There's not even a potion. Like, not even a major agility, you know? Not even that. Like a small agility potion. That's so insane. Oh, 4.5k. Man, these really high damaging critting Bloodthirst are so satisfying. Yeah, you basically make money from raiding. I mean, you know, if your guild is fine with it, who cares? Doesn't really matter. Like, not every guild needs to be, I don't know, like really high, whatever. High clearing, fast clear, whatever, stuff like that. It's not really important. Rogue in my guild almost always plus 90 plus. I'm just doing blues. Something is also with rogues, it is way easier to parse on a rogue well than it is on a warrior. And you can, you know, people can say it's a bit of cope or whatever, but it's basically true. I remember this really well in Extremas, you know? Like, you did so much, AoE fights, everything, and people in Karazhan, for example, they didn't really parse. Like, and still, it was insanely hard to get like a good parse in Kara. So, we can actually, I can also show you that. So, if you pull up Kara here. Yeah, these are more recent parses, you know? 97, this was the last raid I played Kebab. This is insane, you know? Here, my gear was like also crazy. So, it was kind of last second when I knew that I was actually playing Kebab this raid. So I had, you know, Latros with Crusader on. So yeah, that was not really good, I would say. But still, did some decent damage. But yeah, Hydros died really fast. Yeah, it was... Okay, like this Hydros run was not that great, new one. Leophorus was nice. So for Leophorus, I think it makes more sense to, you know, you burst them down really, really fast. You pop your Bloodlust at the start, and then you just go berserk down the boss. Which I did here, you know, I got like a 96. But yeah, this boss is really annoying because he can go to the casters, and then this is like such a luck boss, 100%. Also, you know, in this run, he went to the caster so many times. A couple of times, actually. Not so many times. But yeah, Morgrim. But yeah, Vash is shit. Solarian is slow? I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, here, one guy bombed like so many people. So it was unfortunate. And at Kalfas, I died. Yeah, Famine Lord. Here I also died 4 bars. I died right at the start, you know. Because I was greedy. Like here, I... Timelines, Cast. You know, do some Thunders, wait a bit, do some Cleaves, pop off everything at once, instantly dead. That's a warrior gameplay, you know? You pop everything, instantly dead. But yeah, here I think we had some threat issues. I kind of forgot what really happened. This boss is, if you can pump him really hard, you know, like really, really insanely hard. If you have, like, for example, lots of tanking threat, it is insane. Like, this is, I think, the highest damaging boss in SSC for warriors. Because it's a perfect warrior fight, you know, you have like 4 targets or so. It's really insane, but this becomes a threat issue really, really quickly. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to parse on that fight, I would say. But yeah, that's something I need to fix. And then I think it can get probably 90 plus or so. Impeller's full tier 4 main tank, but on Void Reaver today I still had to hold back. Yeah, I had to do the same today as well. On a couple of bosses. On Void Reaver as well. I had to like chill. I don't know if I can see this. Wait, let's check. So we go Void Reaver. Yeah, this one. It's not even a lot of DPS, you know, it's only 1.6k. But if I check, I think timelines, costs. Somewhere here I needed to chill. I think it was maybe, was it around here? No, so somewhere I kind of chilled. I'm pretty sure. I forgot where it was, so. Ah, yeah, here. You see? Nothing. So, yeah. That was kind of unfortunate. Void Reaver's like really annoying because, you know, you can't overthreat your second tank. Then you're cooked, basically. Yeah, I just press escape, you know, and then I just stand there, just looking at the boss doing nothing. Which is just something you have to do sometimes. I would have done that on Carafres as well. I would have probably survived. I just would have waited a bit more, but yeah. Look at all casters pumping, you know, every 99s, 99s. But yeah, the guild I'm in is like crazy. We have so many really good DPS players. Oh, I got beat by a red paladin. Oof. Man, red paladins are crazy. They cook me as well. And this red paladin needs DST and it just won't drop. I think it didn't drop today, I'm pretty sure. Oh, was he in the Gruul mag? Now we have so many that people need DST. Like this warrior needs DST, this paladin needs DST. I don't know who else needs DST. It's crazy. I think after that I'm I'm probably in rotation. So I think I'm like third or so. Which is fine, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, I like that because in the previous guild, so I can show you how it was in the previous guild, okay? In the previous guild it was like this. Wait. Let me pull up Gruul mag. What? 93? This is funny, you know, on this kill today on Gruul, I didn't even use haste potions. So you see I'm really low here. Maybe I could have really, yeah, I could have really jumped like that. But it's Gruul, so who cares, really, to be honest. So this was, for example, something, you know. This was one of the tries where, like, it was kind of the first time we did. We focused on Molgar at the start, and we kind of tried to AoE him down. And you know, look at this. Like we have Arms Warrior, you know, like this was so comical as well to see. We have another Fury, and I do like double his DPS, and I'm like thinking, what are we doing here? This was kind of the thing with my old guild. So for me, for example, I think it's always also the same thing. I think it's not great if you are, let's say, one of the best DPS or so, or you are basically at the top and you only have like a couple of other people who are also kind of playing the game and like really good. We have like we had like one rogue as well in my old guild, which was really good. You know, I think I can show you that. So this rogue was really great. For example, in Karazhan, you know, he has like full 99s, I think. You know, look at this. But after that, no one else, basically. Yeah, that's guys. You don't want to know how it was in Nex. You know, I think I talked about this so many times. It costed me so much gold every single week to raid Nex and Classic. I had to farm 600, 700 gold every single week. Here, but I'm not sure if they. I'm not sure if they are actually raiding right now because you know he has like no locks in Tempest Keep, so I'm not sure. I think wait, we have one rogue in our guild as well, who's I think pretty good. Yeah. Wow, this rogue's pretty good, I would say. Damn. Also full 99s almost. So this guy's in our guild. And yeah, he has pretty nice locks. What is this? What are you linking to me? Let's see. Ah, Krunax. Oh damn. Not bad. 96. Ah, okay. Wait, why is it so high? Ah, you are playing combat as well. Okay, interesting. Lots of rogues didn't want to play combat. Lots of rogues wants to play backstab build for a long while. I don't know why like people don't like the combat playstyle. But yeah, I'm not sure. You had probably used CDs up, right? So I think so. This is not possible. Like this amount of damage with not adrenaline rush. Yeah. Mongoose. Oh, I forgot what this was. I think this was food buff. Pretty sure. I think this was the squid. Okay, Scorpork. Yeah, this is not even that min max to be honest. This is missing Juju Mic'd. It's missing some stuff even. But yeah, your warriors are probably like kinda, you know. I've been kinda griefing here. Like 600 DPS? I don't know. This looks kinda, especially, you know, 45-second fight. Okay, he popped even wreck. Okay. Yeah, but also almost no buffs. Ah, wall buffs, right? Yeah, wall buffs. Okay, no wall buffs. Did you have wall buffs? Let's see. Let me check. Oh wait, I need to scroll down. TBC no, and Tuchars also. Yeah, it's insane. Flies are so expensive. Oh, actually, on my server they are like 90 gold. Yeah, I think if they enable GDKPs again, I'm just going to do Karazhan every single week GDKP. Maybe I host it. I'm not sure. I never hosted GDKPs, so that would be a disaster probably. I think I would just join, to be honest. I want to check your buffs. You also had no world buffs. Okay. Good question, to be honest. You know, you can go to this thing here. The problem is lots of guilds, you know, if you look at the top 10 or so, like a lot of them are speedrunning guilds, you know. So it's kind of hard to say who you should really look at. For example, there's for example one warrior in this guild who's also on YouTube. He is. I don't know if I can find him. Yeah, this guy. He's a really good warrior, as you can see. You know, you can, for example, look at him. Yeah, Laundo is also someone you can look at 100%. More of an old school pick, let's say, from classic and such. But yeah, this guy is more of in a speedrunning guild, so it's kind of hard to compare. Because one thing you will see is they will have really fast kill times, you know, as you can see. But still, yeah, they do like a lot of damage. Like this, yeah, 99 is pretty crazy. I think he played Kebab. Pretty sure. Or was he seen Arms Enjoyer? Yeah, he played Kebab. There are so many warriors really high on the list, as, which you can just check. Like if you go to Warhead and then you know, let's say, like one thing you can easily do is you go to, you click here on rankings, you click on all classes, click let's say on Fury, and you can see basically kind of how it goes. If you want to have a specific boss, you can also select that. Say Morgrim, for example. This is like basically target dummy boss. And then you can see some like who's kind of at the top here. But there's this guy I think also I remember from somewhere. But the thing is, so how I would recommend it, if you want to improve, is I would not really check. You can check the top warriors here. However, again, most of them will be in kind of speedrunning guilds, so it will be hard to check, to compare to your own guild, for example. So what I would do is you check your duration here, and that duration should line up with yours. So let's say like these are like 2-minute fights. Let's say maybe your fight takes longer. I don't know if you can even filter by duration. Fight length here. Let's say 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Let's say let's do 3 minutes, okay? Search. I don't think I've explained this actually in the video. Did I do something wrong? Oh, it's no more than, say, I don't know, 500 or so. Doesn't really matter. Okay, no. So now we have DPS warriors who have fights, around 3 minutes long instead of like 2 minutes 30. I don't know, for you guys, like, I have this rogue here, also in my chat. So let's check you, for example, your kill time on Morgrim. You have 5 minutes even. So that's even more difficult to actually find. So instead we are going to go for... No, I need to do some math. So yeah, we have that. It would be 300 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, now we have like 5 minutes for the fights. Sometimes in these like really long fights, it is kind of hard as well to see, like, because sometimes something can go wrong here and you can't really use this for your own. But let's say we go to... You can also check trinkets. This guy has like more for normal. He's also on Spine Shatter. And he got... Yeah, okay, he got 81 powers. But that is something where you can see how kill times affect parsing, you see this guy was like really high up, but it's a 5-minute fight, So it's really, really important that not only you try to improve, your whole guild basically needs to improve their DPS. Otherwise, it's not possible. You can't, like, for example, if you do, like, the fight takes 5 minutes, you can't get a 99 parse. It's not possible. 100% not. Like, unless you do some, like, really kind of cheese things or whatever, but then the fight is also not going to take, like, 5 minutes. So we can check this guy. Yeah. He does just his general normal rotation stuff. The rotation is pretty simple on a warrior. Oh, he's overpower weaving. This is interesting. Is he doing it? Ah, yeah, look, he's again overpower weaving. Okay, crazy. That's not something you will see the top warriors do, actually. I think. But yeah, this is also not, like, if you do it, it's not magically going to increase your DPS by a ton. Let's remove this. For example, if you check like this number 1 warrior Morgrim, casts, we go to timelines. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's not really worth it, to be honest. Unless you have like really nothing to do. Yeah, hamstring. I also, nowadays also use like pretty much a lot of hamstrings. Ah, he does like cleave damage here. Okay, wait, I want to check something. So something in these like level, like, you know, number one kills and such, like highest DPS, is you will see some cheese kind of strats that basically most skills, like 99% of the guilds will not do. So I don't know if there's something like this here. Okay, there. This was, yeah, they pull him here. I don't know if they have some murlocs. But yeah, sometimes you will see this, where people will. Okay, here we have some murlocs. But yeah, it looks pretty normal though. Yeah, this is a pretty normal boss fight. I don't know how this guy got like a 100 though. Um, what you have to do is you go, you click on a log, you select like that person, like for example this guy, you go to casts, and then you go to timelines, and then you can check everything. Yeah, yeah. If you get the murlocs in as well, you have some additional damage here. I would always you have like a prot paladin, and that prot paladin should pull the mobs into the melees, basically, the murlocs. And then you can just cleave them down really quickly. But yeah, you can see he does some cleave here, and then they just continue. But yeah, he has like a lot of cleave damage, which you can see. And then the boss is basically done. Ah, he popped Recklessness at the end. Interesting. Ah, he popped the CDs at the end. But why? What? Wait. Okay. Okay, they do it differently. Interesting. They are burning him down in the execute phase, I think. I mean, yeah, you can do that. I'm not sure if that is really the play, though. I mean, he's number one, but still. I don't know why they do it like this. I think the number two guy already doesn't do it like this. Pretty sure. No, they also do it at the end. Hmm. I guess that's maybe the play to use hero at the end to get more damage out of the fight. I'm not sure why. Maybe because he doesn't do his water grave anymore, I guess. I mean, yeah, Winfield procs is also something, obviously. Yeah, 23. Yeah, wait, you're right. Does he have Enrage? I don't think they are cheesing with Enrage. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just not worth it to do that, to be honest. Because that's like really clunky. Yeah, he doesn't have Enrage up. Let's say you would want to move up from 70 to 80%, might be just 5. Nah, yeah, doesn't really take much, to be honest. I think every single, like, it kind of depends, if your guild's like kind of cooked and you have like really, really long fights. It's more difficult, but I think if you have, the correct gear, stuff like that, I think every warrior should be like basically possible to get like purple passes most of the time, unless something goes wrong, or you have like a boss fight like Lady Vash or Kel'Thas, which is a bit more annoying. But for example, on boss fights like Morgrim, Void Reaver, I think warriors should be able to get like purple passes. Definitely. Yeah, I mean he definitely has some cleave damage here, but every single warrior does it at the end here for some reason, or like they have bloodlust at the end. So this guy. I wonder why. Okay, here it's at the start, you know? Here you can see this is at the start now. And he's number 3. Yeah, not sure, to be honest. It's interesting, though. Oh, this guy doesn't have brute badge. Unlucky. Maybe this thing gets a bit better, I guess, for this fight. I mean, it's a really long fight. Oh, this thing is so good. 30 seconds, so insane. Yeah. You don't really need to do that, to be honest. Like, at the end, you know, Melis, you can just move a bit. It doesn't really matter. You can burn them down really, really quickly as well. But yeah, I think our kill times are also around there. I would say it's the wrong one. This is classic. Ah, 3 minute 8. Okay. I think the recent one. Yeah, 3 minute 8. Hmm. But yeah, 84 pass. You know, 3 minute 8. I think if this would be a bit shorter, it would be 90 probably. Oh yeah, here I got water grave, so yeah, my damage was cooked anyway on this attempt, to be honest. If you get like water taunt, you know, you're basically cooked. Kind of with your pars. It's kind of not difficult to get like back up. Oh, there's so many warriors that are parsing though. Actually, you can see this even. Yeah, again, it's way harder to parse on a warrior than it was in 2021. 2021 was like crazy what you could parse. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, I think I talked about like enough about locks. Let's do a bit of farming and then I will probably be off, I guess. Okay, I have to swap now. But yeah, interesting, I would say. Doing some, you know, looking at some logs and such from you guys. Ah, there was another guy I want to also look at. Oh. I open logs and then everyone asks questions. I remember there were some people that actually asked me if I do some coaching. They wanted to pay me, but it never went like anywhere. I'm not really sure if I will do that, so I don't know. Maybe if I have like the full 99 powers. Which won't happen. Ah, no people are farming here. I have like 4. I try to farm like Black Lotus on my Paladin in Diamol, but I think he's not high enough of a level, which kind of sucks. That's what it is. I think I will try to get this like this to on primal and then yeah, see what I will do. Next raid I'm going to have, however, my upgraded mace. So I will have to farm some gold for mongoose, which is going to suck. Man, I don't even know how much mongoose even is. How many, does anyone know, like just from top of the head, how many large prismatic shards do you need for mongoose? I kind of forgot. I can just check also. 10. Okay. It's like 200 gold basically. Just from large prismatic shards. Oh man, that's going to be fun. At least I'm going to be fine then until yeah, Glaives kind of. I think I will farm like in the next phase. I will definitely farm something. Yeah, not some. I will do arena, so I can get the arena weapon. Because the arena weapon in the next phase is pretty insane. I think, you know, having like that amount of armor penetration is pretty nice. Especially for trash. I think having like lots of armor penetration for trash would be insane. So that would be probably my goal to do that. You can even, like, if you don't want to get the mace right now, or you don't want to have it just, you can also just not get it, and then you can get the PvP weapon in the next phase. It is pretty close, I think, to Dragon Strike actually. Then. So that's also a possibility. Because, you know, the Season 3 arena weapons are really, really strong. And the drop rate is pretty good though here, actually. Like we get a lot of shadows. So many pearl druids here. Also, one thing that was crazy, I think it was yesterday. I tried to do some. I think it was also like really early, really early, kind of in the morning. I went to Winter Spring on my paladin, tried to do some, tried to get some herbs, and there are so many hunter bots just farming herbs there. It's crazy. Like with really generic names, ASD, ASA, or whatever. It's insane. And mostly hunters. Also some rogues. But yeah, pretty crazy. I've never seen, actually, yeah, I have seen like other bots, but, in an old zone like that, being like level 63, 65-ish. Oh, is this a good bow? Damn, it's not bad. Does it look cool? Let's see. Looks kinda ass. 6 strength, 6 agility. This could be nice to sell, I think. Actually. I think this will maybe be bought. Not really, sadly. The thing is I use like multiple things of my UI. It's kinda hard to explain. You know, I use like a couple of weak auras, elf UI. If you want to have something which is kind of close to this, but looks a bit different, I would recommend you to go to, you know, Alaundo, because I got like a lot of stuff from him. And these like for example, this whole elf UI profile is from Alaundo. There's I have some stuff also on my Discord. That's an option. Where I've kind of listed everything that I'm using. But yeah, if you want to have like the really easy way, I would just say go to Londo's Discord. But it's kind of behind the paywall, so it's pretty annoying. But that would be, I think, the easiest way. I have to. I want to kill all of these, and then I will probably go and check if I can. That's what I did. You know, I had Twitch Prime. Yeah, not Twitch Prime. What is it? Amazon Prime thing. Just use the sub, and then I still have like basically that UI from back then. There are probably ways to get it for free. I think, you know, I remember on Vargo, I think some people linked that as well. Like I remember there was like uh, some Chinese name or so that basically, you know, had one of the paid weak auras from Alondo on there. So there's probably something where people share it. Because technically I could also kind of share it, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I can understand why he did it, I think. Because, you know, lots of people, they were, uh, they were just using his kind of UI, because obviously it's like a really great UI. Which makes a lot of sense. I think one of the problems, you know, of other, lots of others people UI, like they have something which is like really over the top, you know. Like one of the best examples I think is Conta, like not no shade here or whatever. But I remember I was watching some old videos from him, for Arms Forest and such, and he had such an insane UI, you know? It was crazy. Uh, yeah. And that's what you will see sometimes, like, with some people using it. And also, I don't really like, I'm not even the biggest fan of Elf UI in general, like how it looks. I kind of like the more classic look, you know? That's why I have, for example, everything, like all of the windows look like this and not like Elf UI ones. Because also my backs and such. Uh, because I don't really like the clean kind of where everything looks so, yeah, it looks kind of boring, I would say. I really like the classic kind of windows and such. But yeah, like the normal windows don't do it. They don't have all of the information and such, which is unfortunate. I think the retail UI is okay, the Dragonflight one. But I think it doesn't really look like classic. So I also don't really like it. Uh, that's unfortunate. Nothing sold. Yeah, 100%. For example, 4G is one of the probably biggest offenders in that regard. Like that is, yeah, pretty annoying. I don't really. Also, like, I'm not the biggest fan of things that distract me a lot. I like stuff, which shows your procs and such. That is kind of fun. Oh wait, I don't need to fly. But other than that, I don't want to have like every single information from a boss or whatever, or all of that. Even though I am using 4G. But yeah, I think one of the best things about 4G weak auras are that you can see, for example, in Tempest Keep, you can actually see the mobs, casting like Whirlwind, and you can see if you're out of range or not, which is pretty cool. But other than that, ah, like the rest is pretty much like way too much, I would say, way too much information, let's say. So if you want to, my recommendation would be if you want to have like kind of a clean setup, I'd probably get maybe LFUI. Don't even really need to. And get like big wigs. I think big wigs is just way better than deadly boss mods, because deadly boss mods is so buggy and you have to always update it as well. And if they don't release an update and you go into the raid and it doesn't work, you're basically sometimes cooked. You can like wipe people. So yeah, I don't really like deadly boss mods at all. I would just rather use EBM. Yeah, that's kind of it, to be honest. Like, yeah, then you get like one warrior weak aura, like just you donut one from Vargo or stuff, like, which looks nice to you, and that's kind of it. I think that's basically what I would recommend. I don't know if this will even sell, probably not. So what I bought, I don't know who it was, but someone mentioned yesterday that, for example, Black Felsi braces are selling a lot. So I bought the recipe today. That's also why I have no gold left. Raiding and buying like a 200 gold recipe. Not that great. But now I can craft these, which are nice. So I will try to sell them because I have a lot of primal nevers left. These ones. That's why I farmed a couple of primal shadows. But yeah, getting 15 is something. It's pretty expensive to craft even. 271 gold. I think it's still cheaper to buy the recipe and then buy the materials and then craft the bracers than to buy it from the auction house. Which is interesting. I mean, oh yeah, this doesn't include primal never price, so yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, 240 gold profit would be nice. Just have to craft it, so I have to make some gold. I hope these sell. Sharpening stones. I have a bit of gold left. But yeah, that's basically that. I think for today, however, I will not. Yeah, my kind of plan was also to level my paladin a bit, but I think it's too late. That I will not do that right now. Okay. Always interesting to check like gear from people. PvP. Yeah. There's so many people that do PvP. Every single rogue you see in Storm has like full PvP gear on. Always the same. Always jewel crafting. Always that trinket. Where do we get this helmet? Where's this one from? Runic hammer. 50 AP and nothing else. What? Oh, this has to be shit though, right? I don't think this is good. 2.4 speed. I mean, the damage is not bad. And yeah, I don't know. It seems so terrible. I think this is a massive waste of gold. Is this not? I have no clue which add-on this even is. Why do I have 2 best in slot add-ons? I have to, I think, disable the Atlas thing. Ah, maybe it's for PvP? No, that would even make less sense. This is basically kinda like a bot warrior. Yeah, this is also so bad. Blaming random people. Yeah, but no. I never saw that hammer. Wait, how much is that? It said 2k, but that's not right. I think. Let's check. Okay, the recipe is cheap. No one's selling it though. I guess you could buy the recipe at see the materials. Oh, you need 2 primal. There was 8 primal mics. Oof. How much are primal mics? Ah, okay. Oh wait, I need to check something else. How much? Still 39. Maybe it will be cheaper tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. Oh, will be hard next week. I have to grind a bit again, like this week. But yeah, it will be less and less because I will use less and less haste potions, which is nice. I think yeah, this time was pretty nice. 1%. This setup is wrong. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, that was fun though today. Just streaming a bit, looking over logs. Maybe I will do this again. I still have to do the survey, so maybe I will do this tomorrow. I think I'm also thinking about recording a video for YouTube. Maybe I will do this after this. But yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, I hope you had fun a bit. It was fun talking to you guys. We'll see you next time. Good night, guys. Good night.